Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. I am your instructor Akshay Parmar, Assistant Professor at LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in IT department. Welcome back to the video tutorial series of the Internet of Things. In our previous session, we are discussing about an IoT security, right? So let's move forward about this particular chapter, right? So in this particular session, we are going to discuss about a component of an information system, and after that we will see the key management for the security, right? So let's see the component of an information security, right? What do you mean by after hearing that term, what do you mean by that information security, right? An information system can be defined technically as a set of interrelated components that are collect, or we can say that retrieve, process, store and distribute that information to support the decision making and control in an organization, right? So the combination of all that interrelated component is called an information system, right? An information system is essentially made up with the 5 components: hardware, software, database, network and the people, right? These 5 components integrates to perform input, process, output, feedback and control, right? The information systems activities are input processing and output. Input consists of an acquisition of an raw data which is transmitted into the more meaningful packets of information by meaning of the processing, right? So whenever you are sensing any surrounding by the any sensors, right? So that is a raw data for you, right? After some processing and after applying some business logic, right, that raw data becomes an input from that, right? So getting that particular raw data from that sensor is called an input in our cases, right? And after applying some of the business logic, right, that process information is now we can send it to the certain activities, right? That process information now flows to the users or activity that is called as an output for us, right? That shortcomings are analyzed and information is sent back to the appropriate member of an organization to help them evaluate and refine that input, right? This term is called feedback here, right? After that, what do you mean by that hardware and what do you mean by the software, right? And what is consist? Hardware consists of an input and output devices, processor, operating systems and media devices, where the software consists of various program and procedures, right? After that, what do you mean by the database, right? So database consists of data organized in the required structure, right? Remember that term, that data consists of data organized in a required structure, and network consists of an hub, communication media, network devices, routers, switches and all that things. And at the end, the people consist of device operators, network administrator, system specialists, and all are fall under the category of the people, right? Information processing consists of an input, data process, data storage, output, and the control. During that input state, the data instructions are fed to the system, which is during the process stage are worked upon by the software programs and other queries, right? During that output stage, the data is presented in a structured format and reports, right? The database, right? Database consists of data organized in a required structure, right? And network consists of an hub, communication media, and network devices. People consist of device operators, network administrator, and the system specialists, right? Information processing consists of an input, data process, data storage, output, and the control, right? During that input state, the data instructions are fed to the system, which is during the process stage are worked upon by the software programs and other queries, right? During that output stage, the data is presented in a structured format and reports, right? The database, right? Database consists of data organized in a required structure, right? And network consists of an hub, communication media, and network devices. People consist of device operators, network administrator, and the system specialists, right? Information processing consists of an input, data process, data storage, output, and the control, right? So that are the component of an information system. right? Let's see the key management, right? So what do you mean by the key management? Management and handling of a piece of a secret information, right? Remember that thing. Management and handling of a piece of secret information is generally referred as a key management. Activity of a key management includes selection, exchange, storage, certification, revocation, changing, expiration, and the transmission of that key. Right? All that activity consists of a key management. Right? The key management is a set of processes and a mechanism which supports key establishment and maintenance of ongoing keying relationship between parties, including replacing an older keys with new keys, right? There are the two major issues whenever you are working with a key management, that are the key lifetime and the key exposure, right? So what do you mean by the key life and what do you mean by the key exposure, right? So yes, you are right. The key lifetime limits the use of which can be measured as duration of time, where the key management is a set of techniques to initiate, register, update, and recover keys for cryptographic mechanism in order to ensure privacy, integrity, and authentication among authorized parties. Right? Key management may be called a process to revoke key from the compromised or detected malicious node and update key for non-compromised one, right? The content of the key may consist of a public or private key pairs, secret key, non-secret key parameters, initialization parameters, and supporting key management in various instances depending on the nature of the scheme being used, right? Symmetric key, because symmetric key cryptography, also known as in shared key ciphers, right? It is a type of the cryptography in which the same key is used by both the sender as well as the receiver for the encryption as well as the decryption of the plain text and the ciphertext to the plain text, right? Where in the asymmetric cryptography they are using in two types of the key, right? Called as a public key as well as the private key in pair, right? It is also called public key cryptography. The private key is used to decrypt that ciphertext into the private key is used to decrypt the ciphertext and generate that digital signature, whereas the public key is used to encrypt that plain text to verify that digital signature, right? Trusted third party is certification authority that grants that digital certification, right? The certificate is usually the public key of an organization to whom that certificate is issued, right? The third party is acceptable by both sender and the receiver for performing the task of the guarantor, right? The dynamic key management scheme is in the dynamic key management scheme. The different keys are assigned for different sessions. One of the communication session is terminated or finished between that sender and the receiver. The key for the next session will be dynamically assigned to node without any revocation or updating command, right? So that's about a dynamic key management scheme, right? After that, contributory or the distributed key management scheme, right? In that, the contributory or distributive schemes are symmetric cryptography based solution characterized by the lack of the trusted third party, which is normally responsible for the generation and the distribution of the cryptographic keys. Centralized key management scheme, right? The scheme requires centralized trusted authorities, which is designed to generate and distribute a unique session key for all the concerned group members in the Internet of Things, right? The key of the Internet of Things update is difficult to manage because of its dynamic topology and its connection is varied with the multi-architecture client and the nodes, right? In a static key management scheme, the key is created for an overall lifetime for the nodes by either mutual agreement, symmetric cryptography, or centralized certification authority in asymmetric cryptography, right? So after that, let's see then update management, right? Update management represented another term for the patch management, right? So here your new term is here. So here the patch management is a new term for you, right? So what do you mean by the patch management, right? So patch management is a process that helps to help in acquire, test and install multiple patches. We can say that the code changes on existing application and the software tools on the computer, enabling system to stay updated on existing patches and determining which patch are the appropriate one. Managing patch thus become an easy and simple, right? Patch management is mostly done by the software companies as a part of their internal effort to fix that problem with a different version of the software programs, and also to help and analyze existing software program and detect any potential lack of the security feature on or the other upgrades, right? So that's how we are update managers in working, right? Patching is a process to repair a vulnerability or a flaw that is identified after the release of an application or software. Newly released patches can fix a bug or secure flaw. Newly released patch can fix a bug or security flaw, can help to enhance the application with new feature and new fixed security vulnerabilities, right? Unpatched software can make the device a vulnerable target to exploits, right? Patching software as and when the patch is released, it is critical to deny malware access, right? Software vendors release the patches to fix vulnerabilities identified after the release or the software or the application, right? Patch management enables the patch testing and the deployment, which is critical aspect of the cybersecurity. Quick and instant response to the patch updates would be mitigate the chance of the data breaches that can be caused due to the unpatched software. So that's how we can manage that update management, right? After that, let's see some of the challenges in the IT security, right? The security challenges are as follow. First one is the device are not reachable, right? Most of the time the device is not connected whenever you are getting this kind of error, right? After that, the device can be lost or stolen. Make security difficult when the device is not connected. The third type, the devices are not crypto engines, right? Strong security is difficult without processing power. Device have finite life, right? The credential needs to be tied to the lifetime, and at the end the device are transportable, right? Will cross that border. IoT systems has cloud database that is connected to the all your devices, right? These devices are connected to the internet and it could be accessed by the cyber criminals and the hackers, right? As the number of the connected devices increases, the chances of the hackers to breach the data or the security systems is increasing, right? So that are the major challenges whenever we are working with an IoT, right? So that's all about IoT security. Thank you for the watching.